Hello, welcome everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be joining us from. We are so excited to have you here with Dialogue with ADA. My name is Becky Barnett. I work for the American Diabetes Association. I'm one of the directors, and I have had the honor and the privilege of getting to work with our camp programs. Obviously, we would love to be at our camps in person this summer, but we will be going virtually again, which, we are super excited. 2022, we hope we're up and running. But until then, like I said, we have our virtual program called ADA Imagine Camp. Today, joining me is Hailey, and I'm going to turn it over. And Hailey, do you just want to maybe introduce yourself, say where you're from, when you're not being an Imagine Camp counselor? What do you do in your free time? Do you work, go to school? Just let us, share a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Hailey. I'm from Kentucky. I've been a type 1 diabetic since I was 8, so for 16 years now. When I'm not having fun at ADA Imagine Camp, I am studying for all my schoolwork. I am going to UK for dietetics because I want to one day be a diabetes educator.
Awesome. Awesome. That is amazing. And a little bit history about me for those that don't know me, if you haven't seen me before or talked to me. I also live with type 1 diabetes. I was diagnosed I'm going to date myself, 1987. So I have been living with diabetes for a long time. And one of the best things about diabetes, and I know a lot of people there's something good about diabetes, but one of the best things about diabetes is the people I've gotten to meet, and especially through our camp program. So like I was saying, the summer we're going virtual, ADA Imagine Camp. We are going to be offering this program for 4 different weeks through the summer. I'll go through those dates really quick, but we'll make sure we post them afterwards too, so you know. Our first session is June 7th through the 11th. Then we have our second session, which is June 21st through the 25th. Session 3 will be July 12th through the 16th. And session 4 will be July 26th through the 30th. Now, if you joined us for Imagine Camp last year, we only had 2 sessions and we were spread out over several weeks. We've made the program, we've heard comments, and we took the feedback from our parents and campers. So we've condensed it down into a 1-week session that's 5 days, Monday through Friday. It'll be at the same time each day, depending on your time zone. And what we will do then is we'll have Zoom meetings again. You'll be in a Zoom cabin group. You'll have fabulous counselors like you did last year, just a little bit different format, but we're still going to have a lot of fun. We're still going to be connected, and we're still going to get, that camp experience just virtually. Hailey, when you think back to Imagine Camp last year, what was your favorite part of the program?
My favorite part was all of the amazing kids and people that I got to meet through doing ADA's Imagine Camp. There's people from all over the world that join, so you have friends everywhere you go.
Awesome. And which is true. Last year we had kids from every state in the United States. We also had kids from Egypt. We had people from Africa. We had people from Guatemala. We had people from London. We had all over. It was awesome a chance to meet new people. And I think it's really interesting too. One of the things I remember from one of the groups that I was helping out with, shout out to all the Birch Cabins last year and staff. Well, we had a little a camper that was from Egypt, and I remember everyone's like, how do you get your insulin? Being most of them lived in the United States, and the camper was like, at the pharmacy, which, even though we're, maybe several hours and continents and oceans apart, there's a lot of things that, might be different, but still yet the same. Hailey, now, when you did a cabin group, so the Zoom groups are about an hour. Is it true or false that you may have dressed up like a Disney character at some point? Also, I feel like I maybe saw you wearing some Hawaiian gear. Can you tell us what that was all about?
I may have done a few things here and there, but yes, occasionally we have themes. and we dress up as different things on different days. And I may have been Ariel, the Little Mermaid, just maybe. But if you sign up for ADA Imagine Camp, you might find out this year.
So you want to sign up? That would be, a reason enough in its own. Also, besides having that connection, like Hailey, you mentioned, sometimes it's hard. You might be from an area where there's not other kids with diabetes. You might be from an area where you like kids, there aren't a lot of kids in your school or your town or city. You may, not get that experience to meet someone. And Hailey, one of the cool things I remember from one of your groups last year is your group was all about trying new things. So
Yes.
can you tell some of the things that you guys tried?
So, of course, I get tired of having my Dexcom in the same place. And one of the places that I like to put it is on my arm. And a lot of the kids had never placed their Dexcom there before. And so, towards the end of the camp, a few of the campers had put their Dexcom in the same place as me and taken pictures and sent in. And I think that that was one of my favorite experiences, just because we all like reached out, tried something new, and we connected together through trying a new Dexcom place. Because if you don't have friends and people behind you, sometimes it's really hard to get that push to try something new.
Yeah, and it is. And especially and I wear an insulin pump and a CGM myself. And I remember the first time I put on my insulin pump, putting the inserter on and that clicking sound, that's probably the scariest part of it. But I
Yes.
was able to, once you get past that, but it is great to try new things and, whether it's diabetes related or not. And then also, Hailey, can you tell us what are some of the things that you may have covered in your group when you were talking? And I know you worked with our youngest age group, and then you worked kind of with our 9 to 10 year olds as well. But what were some of the things that you guys would talk about?
Some of the things we would talk about is tips and different tricks for managing diabetes. We would also play fun games. We may have done a few treasure hunts over Zoom. We would sing all kinds of songs, some Disney, some diabetes songs. You never know what you're going to get. And we would just talk and connect, and we would get to find out what other campers did that worked well for their diabetes, and we would get to learn.
Oh, I think you froze a little bit there. And so, which is not of her being part of the Disney character Frozen, but, maybe she was. No, you're back with us, Hailey. Not a problem. You know what? We understand too, in our current situation, people are having power outages all over and there's ice storms. So, thanks for bearing with
Yes.
us. But sorry, go ahead, Hailey. If you want to finish, you said that you would, yeah, just talk about, doing different things and
Um,
yeah.
well, we played different games. We sang different songs, and we would always be sharing different tips and tricks for diabetes, because getting to talk to others that are around your same age that have diabetes as well, they may do something differently than you do, and they can teach you easier ways to go about things. So it's really neat just to connect with the other campers and find out different ways to take care of your diabetes. But we also did things that didn't involve diabetes, because outside of diabetes, we do have a life.
Mhm. True.
So we do a little bit of everything.
All right. Well, now at this point, if you're watching us, you're probably thinking, how do I sign up for Imagine Camp? It was posted it popped up before on the screen, but if you would like to sign up, it's diabetes.org/, now that I've got the correct / Imagine Camp. Oh, great thing about this program, absolutely free. Oh, there you can see it's posted again. Diabetes.org/Imagine Camp. Program's absolutely free. It is only for kids that live with type 1 diabetes. So if you have siblings, we aren't able to have you sign up and join this program. We do have another great program called diabetes.org project power. And so that's another great opportunity that you can do if you want to get in on the camp activities as well, just in a different format. Um, Also, I was going to say this program is for kids ages 5 to 17 years old. The cool thing is that I know many of our camps in person have a counselor in training, a leader in training, a junior counselor program. And I know a lot of kids missed out on that because due to the circumstances of us having to go virtual. But our leadership in training program is a program for 15 to 17-year-olds. You would sign up at diabetes.org, Imagine Camp. There's going to be some leadership lessons, and the program will actually starting in May. That information is all available on our website. You will be a part of that program, and then you're actually going to get to help out with great people like Hailey to like lead a cabin group. So you'll still get that experience of being in, helping out with the cabin group, and you also get it's a great leadership opportunity and to be able to grow and develop professionally. We work with the College Diabetes Network with that. So another great program that I know like a lot of people enjoyed last year. So if you know of someone 15 to 17 years old living with diabetes that is like, I'm too old to be a camper, or, I don't know if that's for me, but this is a great leadership opportunity that they can participate in. Once again, all free, and due to some great sponsors we have and donors and funders. And I was going to say the other thing too is, I think that if you were a part of any of the groups last year, while a lot of it, it's people want to get away from computer screens, but even though we were on the computer screen, I know, like Hailey said, there were scavengers hunts. People were up and moving. We were playing games. I know, amazing, blows your mind. How did you even do that? How are you active while still being on Zoom? We are able to accomplish that. And like I said, gives you a chance to connect with other campers and lets you get to meet staff too. That, all of our counselors, just for the parents out there or caregivers, all of our counselors have been through an interview process, their reference checks. They also go through a background check. And we have a great training system set up that they do beforehand and have to complete. Once you sign up for Imagine Camp, you get our activity box that will come to you. You get the super cool t-shirt. You also get an activity journal that you can either do at home on your own, because we want people to know that, if for some reason you can't join us virtually, you can always call in by phone to the Zoom, or you can, do the program on your own at home. But we'd love for you to join us in person, or not in person, but virtually. Um, we have some cool camp swag in there. Last year we had different things that came in the box, like a hacky sack, and we had a bandana. And let me just tell you, this year we've got some new camp swag in there, so it's not the same thing. Hailey, thinking back to the box, what was your favorite thing that came in the box? Because all our staff get them too.
Well, I love the t-shirt, but I also love to drink water. So my favorite thing was the water bottle. My mom would say that I have more water bottles than I need, but I think I can always use a new one.
Okay. So another question that I see that has popped up is, how long has Imagine Camp been around? Well, last year, we were planning in 2020 for our in-person camps. And when we, as the American Diabetes Association, made the decision for the safety of our campers and all of our staff and our families in turn, to hold virtual camp instead of in-person camp, obviously for good reason. The program, we started working on it probably early in the, late winter months, February, March, but really went into full planning mode in April. And then so this will be our second year of ADA Imagine Camp. And we served over 3,000 kids last year, which was phenomenal. Like Hailey said, kids from all over, kids that maybe had never been to camp before because, you know, they weren't ready for camp. They were newly diagnosed. Mom and dad might not be ready for camp for them. It was a great stepping stone to be able to kind of see what camp is about, but still get to stay at home at the same time.
And
Once
Beck,
again,
I think what's so cool about it all being virtual is I know we can have super busy lives, and
mhm.
it being virtual gives you the opportunity to have the camp experience and not have to take the time to go somewhere for a week. You can do it from the comfort of your home or wherever you're at, and it doesn't have to interfere with anything else you have going on. So I think it's really neat that this is offered because you can have that experience and not have to go anywhere.
Definitely. Also, we have some questions that, if you see me looking off to the side, we have some questions that people are posting live. We appreciate everything that people are asking. More than happy to answer them. What are the ages? So it is for ages 5 through 17, and if you live with type 1 diabetes. Also, will my camper meet kids who live near us? You know, last year, what we did is we worked very hard. We tried to make the groups as diverse as possible geographically. We thought how cool it would be someone from Rhode Island could meet someone from Idaho. We heard everyone very loud and clear that they would like to be more localized. So, one of the things we're going to be doing is putting kids into camper groups that are from the same state, the same region, because when we do return to in person, we want to make sure it would be great if you guys could meet up after, things are safe to do so. Also, another question we had was, how can I get involved with camp? As you can see, Hailey doesn't work for the ADA. She was a volunteer. And what you can do is if you want to go to diabetes.org/imagine camp, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, you can click on a link of how you can volunteer. Volunteering for a counselor. Hailey, would you say, people have busy schedules, like you said, when your, approximate guesstimate, what would you say how much time you spent on Imagine Camp? Like, is it going to take up all of your time? Like, do you have to plan? Like, if, lesson plans? Like, how does that all work?
I am a super, super busy person, and I made it work just fine. Just having the set 1 hour a day, you can make sure that it's a time of the day that you don't have anything going on, and it really doesn't take much more than that hour. It's
Awesome.
very doable with your daily schedule.
Awesome. And, how do you become a counselor was another question we got. And what you would do is the first step is you could go to our website, diabetes.org/imagine camp. Like I said, click on that link that will lead you to how to volunteer at camp. We have a job description, and you would just fill out a simple application. We will also have there's a very informal interview. We just want to make sure that, it's what you're expecting and what we're looking for. And then, like I said, you would go through our normal application process for that. And then we do have training, which is for 2 days. And because we are working with children, we want to make sure everyone is safe. And so that's why we go over things like, protecting people's privacy and how we interact with a group of kids. Because let me tell you, you really haven't lived till you had a cabin group of 29 and 10-year-olds who are sitting upside down on their chairs. And no, but we love them all. So, we kind of go through some experiences during the training of like what may come, what may happen. If you've ever worked with a group of kids, you know that, kids will be kids, and so we try to get you that so you're prepared for any situation that may arise. And so we encourage anyone. There's really no, I don't want to say like a typical profile of who's a counselor. You can, definitely Hailey is a college student. You do have to be, your one requirement is you do have to be 18 years old or older. If you're under 18, you're 15 to 17, you could be part of our leadership and training program, and you would sign up for that. Right, again, just to that diabetes.org Imagine Camp website. For the counselors, like I said, you have to be 18. You would go through a training, and then we would, pair you up with someone. So we always make sure there's at least 2 adults with each group. And with meeting with the cabin groups, like I said, we are just looking for people that want to have fun, that are creative, that enjoy singing camp songs. Maybe you're known to dress up as a giant chicken, whatever. We love having, the kids love connecting with people who care about diabetes. So,
And
and
Becky, from a counselor standpoint, I want to one day work with children as a diabetes educator. So this camp, for me, it's been very beneficial, especially the trainings, because you get to learn like how to interact with children and how to go about things the correct way. And it just gives you experience that you need. So I know from my standpoint, I'm very lucky to have this opportunity to be a counselor.
And Hailey, what was your favorite part about being a counselor?
My favorite part was all of the campers that I got to meet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all just formed such close connections in such a short time. And those are campers that I wouldn't normally get to meet. So for me, it's just the new connections and, getting to talk with others that are experiencing what you've experienced. It just has a deeper bond than just people that don't know what you're going through. So my favorite part was the bonds that I got to make.
That's awesome. And I would say my favorite part, I would get to, fill in if we had a counselor that was out and jump in and check in with the groups. And I think it's the energy that kids bring. And I think that, if you've ever worked with kids, they just reground you, and it's to appreciate the simple things in life. And like I said, they're funny. Like I've never laughed so much. And we had, and I think too, that's the one thing about living with diabetes is you have to find the humor in it, right? And so I remember in one group we were talking about, what's the hardest thing about living with diabetes? And right away, a lot of people are like, well, you're different. And I said, catching my tubing on a doorknob. I don't know how many times I've done that, but that is something that other people who have diabetes can relate to, or even if you don't have a pump and wear tubing, what that would probably be like, things like that. So I think that it's a chance to get connected, and a chance to meet other people that you wouldn't normally get to. Once again, this program is at no cost to the camper families, and we are so excited that we can offer them that. We had another great question that I see it popped up. Will camp always be virtual moving forward? So like I said, we're kind of in a world of unknowns right now. For 2021, all of our programming at the American Diabetes Association will be virtual. We're hoping 2022, I was adding a few extra numbers there. 2022, we are hoping to be back in person at our camps, but we will always be offering some form of virtual camp. We have, regardless of what the outside world may be going on with it, we will have that as an option as well, because like I said, we realized we were able to reach kids that had never been to camp before, because maybe they don't live by a camp for diabetes. There may have been some other obstacles in the way, and so we are so happy we can offer this, in the future as well. So virtual camp is here to stay. And like I said, that, we're looking forward to having camp in 2022. But you always have that option of virtual camp. So I was going to say, Hailey, any final thoughts that you have about Imagine Camp, or why someone should sign up for Imagine Camp, or your favorite recipe? I'm kidding. I'm done. Me and
I would recommend that everyone go sign up as soon as possible, because It's a wonderful experience. You're going to make awesome connections. You're going to play fun games, sing awesome songs, and you're going to learn things that you didn't even know about type 1 diabetes. So I think it's a great experience, and I think if you have the time that you should go ahead and sign up.
Awesome. And then Hailey, also because, and I know you just recently celebrated 16 years with diabetes.
Ooh,
Some people call it a diaversary. I call it a diabetes birthday. 16 years. Congratulations. You
thank
look
you.
well. You're living well. You're in college. Do you have any advice for someone that may be newly diagnosed or has a child that's newly diagnosed? Just something that, like I said, you've lived with it successfully for 16 years. Is there, some motto you live by or some words that you can offer to someone that might be new to this disease?
I would probably offer that you just need to stay encouraged. Don't look down on having diabetes, because I know for the longest time I didn't take care of myself like I should have, and it will affect you later on. But now, honestly, I think having diabetes is awesome. I have so many amazing people in my life just because of diabetes. And we have the opportunity to do this camp, and like these are things that people without diabetes don't have the option to do. So I think I look at diabetes as more of me being lucky because of all the opportunities and all the people that it's given me. So I would
Awesome.
say just keep your head up and take care of yourself, but find a way to enjoy taking care of your diabetes.
And I would say too, for myself living with diabetes, that the biggest thing I've learned in all of my years, that it's okay to ask for help. I mean, I've had diabetes 34 years, and you know what? No one's perfect. No one does it perfectly, because if you did diabetes perfect, you wouldn't have diabetes, right? And and some people have said to me, "Well, I don't do anything for my diabetes," and I'm, well, you do something because you're alive and you're here. And so, you know what? It's always just small steps. And I think the biggest thing too is, like I said, everyone hits a wall. You don't, I mean, it's not always, sunshine and unicorns and rainbows. And, it's okay to ask for help. And Imagine Camp is one of those ways that you get to meet people, get a support system. If you don't have one, strengthen your support system. ADA Imagine Camp, once again, diabetes.org/, Imagine Camp. The program is totally free for ages 5 through 17. We're offering 4 1-week sessions. They're going to be in June and July. And we are so excited to meet those of you that are new to the program. We're really excited to have those who were with us last year to come join us again. I'm going to have to just do a personal shout out to my friends in Minnesota, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. I'm a little bit competitive. I'd really like to see the most kids signed up from that area. And right now, we've got Illinois, Colorado's kind of leading it in Texas, and Michigan. So everyone's welcome to sign up. Hailey, any shout outs to anyone that you would like to do while we're here?
I would definitely want to give a shout out to my co-counselor, Sarah. She is amazing. So if you sign up for camp, you'll get to meet her as well.
Awesome. Yes. So once again, diabetes.org, Imagine Camp, and program absolutely free, ages 5 through 17. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us at campsupport@diabetes.org. We would just love to take everyone for taking this time for watching us and joining. Once again, we are here for you as your American Diabetes Association. If you have any questions, whether it's about Imagine Camp or any of our other programs, or how we as the American Diabetes Association can help you if you're living with diabetes or affected by diabetes, let us know. We're more than happy to help. So thanks everyone for watching.
Thank
And
you.
yes, and thank you, Hailey.
Thank
So
you.
we will see you at Imagine Camp.